Hey everybody, Danielle here again. Glad that you're with me today. I hope everybody's doing good, having a good week. We had a few questions come in. I had a few that were directed directly towards me, so I'm just answering those today. So here we go. We're going to get started. One question we've had quite a bit come on from one of the followers was, did Elvis ever see any rainbows? I'm sure he did. There's not one story in particular, but being down here in the South, I'm sure he did. Especially we get a lot of rain, and then the sun comes out and it shines through, and you get the rainbow. And I'm sure that there had to be a time being here, living here in the Memphis area, that he did have to see them. We do see them pretty often here after storms and everything. But there's not one, instance in particular that Nanny or Papa had a story or anything. But I'm sure when he did see a rainbow, knowing Elvis's faith and love of the Bible and love of his faith, I'm sure that it did, of course, like it always does me, hits a sign of God's promise to us. So but yeah, great question, and I'm sure he did. If you're familiar with the South and all the rainstorms and stuff we have, there's I'm sure that he did see one, but Nanny and Papa didn't have a story in particular or anything. A question that I got for me was what type of music do I like? Growing up in our household, of course, there was Elvis music playing. Of course there was, and a lot of 50s and 60s music. So I grew up loving the 50s and 60s genre, loving Elvis music. And as a child, I listened to a lot of country. That was just a big thing in the 80s and 90s here in the South. So country, then 50s, 60s, and of course a lot of Elvis. As a teenager, I stuck with the 50s and 60s music, and I also listened to a lot of rock alternative, and I even went into the pop coming in the late 90s, early 2000s. Listened to a lot of that. Now I pretty much listen to anything and everything from country to 50s and 60s to rock alternative. A lot of music that I listened to as a teenager is starting to show up for some odd reason on the classics, radio. But yeah, I listen to pretty much. It just kind of depends on my mood. If I'm in a kind of a grouchy mood or a happy mood or just kind of wanting to, get into my emotions or whatever. It just really depends. I listen to all types of music. Someone asked what was my favorite Elvis song. I can give you my top three. My favorite, all-time favorite song ever is Unchained Melody. I love Elvis's version. I love the Righteous Brothers version, and I loved LeAnn Rimes' version. So if you haven't listened to the Righteous Brothers versions or LeAnn Rimes' version, I highly suggest you listen to those as well. Again, I loved Elvis's version, Righteous Brothers, and LeAnn Rimes. Unchained Melody is my all-time favorite song ever. So it would probably be one of my top favorite Elvis songs. And then Can't Help Falling in Love would be pretty close run-in with that, and Suspicious Minds. So Unchained Melody, Can't Help Falling in Love, Suspicious Minds. Those are my top three favorite Elvis songs. And again, I grew up listening to a lot of 50s and 60s. I remember when Nanny and Papa ordered, you would see those box set of CDs advertised on late night TV, and it was the 50s and 60s, and there were 10 CDs and all of these songs, and I absolutely loved it when they got those in. I would get them, take them in my room and play them on my CD player. I love that music. and that genre of music. I just loved it, and I still do. I'll still listen to it at any given time, being in the car with me on my way to and from work. Usually on my way home from work, I'm on the phone with Nanny, but on my way to work, it's early, they're still in the bed. So I'm usually, I may listen to that. I may have on some type of hardcore, alternative, screaming music. I'm just all kinds. Just my music tastes are just all over. But yeah, my all time favorite is Unchained Melody. I've always loved that song. So those that answers that question for you. We also get the question a lot of times. Do Nanny and Papa plan to ever write a book? They've answered before. I mean, you never know what they may do or decide to do, or say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and I would love to be a part of that. By all means, I would love to get to be a part of that with them. I would love to see that happen. But I was around when they did the book with Elena Nash and Marty and Lamar. I was in the 5th grade, so I was just a little younger than Lainey. That took a lot, and it's easy to say, hey, why don't you just write a book and write all this down, and there's a lot more to that than you actually think about until you've done it. There's a lot more to that than just, oh, let's just sit down and do it. They had a lot of traveling involved, and especially now, I mean, they've gone a ton of places and they've traveled a lot, and right now they really just love being at home. But it wasn't so much the traveling that it took a lot out of them emotionally. And back then I saw it and I kind of understood, but I kind of didn't. It's taken me into my adult life to realize that emotionally why it did take a lot out of them emotionally to relive some of that. And people say, oh man, they were with Elvis and they had such a great life. It was a great life. And they were with the number one superstar, of all time. And in my opinion, of course, and all of yours, number one. And it was a good life, but there were times that there were bad times, there were sad times, there were hard times, there were emotionally exhausting times. And they talk a lot about all of the times that were good and happy, but they still have a lot of things that they don't talk a lot about in the videos. They don't want to relive, just like one of the videos we did, and Papa said he just didn't want to tell the story again of Elvis being brought back to the house after his passing and getting ready to, have the funeral and go through that, because it brought up a lot of emotions. There were a lot of hard times of Papa being gone, and Nanny home, and emotional times there. There were wonderful times. There were great times they love reliving, but a lot of it is hard to dig up, express, tell, and brings up a lot of emotions, as you can imagine. That it is emotionally stressful, it is emotionally exhausting, and they're not sure that they want to do something like that again. It would be wonderful, and I would love to get to be a part of something like that, but for now, they've expressed that before. But you never know. You never know what they may decide to do or change their minds. But you think about it, and it is a lot to go through. So just have to see. I've gotten questions several times. Well, what was it like growing up, or how old were you when you realized? I knew all my life that Elvis Presley is my cousin. Elvis would be my third cousin, and I grew up knowing that, and knowing who he was, and stories about him and my grandparents. But it took until I was a teenager, probably late teenager, and through present day, for me to realize what an impact he had on the entertainment world, on the world in general, on his fans, and it, what a big, huge part of my grandparents' lives that he was. There's a lot of stuff that I'm still learning, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to get to do this channel and the social media and the Facebook pages with my grandparents. And I've learned so much more about Elvis the person, not just the entertainer. And there's a lot to it. I grew up and it's, oh yeah, Elvis is my cousin. And as a kid, you think, wow, what a life and fun. But you learn a lot of the real, the true, the real, the raw and emotional parts of it too. And, again, it wasn't until late teens, even till now, 40 years old, that you realize the deep impact that he had on the world, not just on entertainment, but on family and friends. And I'm thankful to have been a part of it. I've made a lot of very, very good, close, dear friends, and it is all from the Elvis world. As a little kid, we would go to, and you probably hear something that sounds like snoring. It is Luna. she's just not very enthused with my story. Just my sleepy baby. But as a child, we went to a lot of Elvis Week events, and then with Nanny and Pawpaw being involved in the book, and then also them being involved with All the King's Men and that filming. I got to go down to Mobile when they were filming there for that, and see that. And I got to go up to Louisville, Kentucky for book signing and everything once. So I got to be a big part of that, and I just thought that was so cool and awesome, getting to go, or getting to miss school and take schoolwork with me. And I felt famous. But got to really experience that. And but still, you don't realize as a child, sometimes it's all seems like adventure and everything, but you don't realize that sometimes it is all very emotional for people that have lived that. But yeah, I've had, lifelong friends that I've known, for long time, that I got to meet because of the Elvis world. So that was, it's been a big part of my life. And it's the past couple of years, it's been a big, huge part of my life, because I've been doing the channel and the social media, and really getting into some stories and information with my grandparents. And I've seen, even after all this time, what an impact that man had on the world. Another question that I had was, how did my husband react when he found out that Elvis is my cousin? And I can't remember when. I think we were dating. We dated for a year before we got married. And I think we were still dating when I told him. It was pretty early on. And I think that at first he probably thought that I was just, bat crap crazy. We'll put it mildly for YouTube words, bat crap crazy. And, probably thought I was a complete nutcase. But then, when he came over to the house and I showed him pictures and stuff like that. And, he was like, okay, yeah, I get it. So, I'm sure at first, though, he probably thought I was nutty as a fruitcake. But, yeah, I mean, it's not something that we just, go around and, oh, yeah, you meet somebody, hey, how's it going? I'm Elvis's cousin. Hey, how's it going? It's not like that at all. Even though sometimes you want to say or whatever, but, it's not something that we just go around and brag about by any means. But, if the subject does come up, we do say so and tell. But, yeah, you first start dating somebody and you say something like that, they probably think, what in the hell is she talking about? So, yeah, he kind of acted a little strange about it, and until, I showed him pictures and everything, and videos and stuff. And, internet wasn't as big back then as it was now. We've been together since '05, and it was big, but not like it is now. But, you could look stuff up and all of that. So, yeah, he finally said, okay, maybe he probably thinks I'm crazy, but for other reasons now, not just that. So, I've really enjoyed, I want to tell y'all, I've really enjoyed getting questions and answering them for you. I've enjoyed y'all including me with questions that you have for me and listening to my stories. I've enjoyed the past couple of weeks being able to bring y'all videos, but out of all honesty, I have truly missed my grandparents being here with me, or me being at their house filming. I've seen my grandparents, we just have not been doing any filming, but I have truly missed them doing this and me getting to be a part of this with them. I don't mind doing the videos. I don't like doing this without them. But I wanted to keep the channel going, and they will be back soon. Right now I don't have a date and time or anything like that, but they will be back soon. They miss y'all as well and appreciate all the love and prayers. And I just want you guys to keep watching the channel, keep giving your support. I do promise that Nanny and Papa will be back soon. Nobody will be happier about that than me. I don't like doing it without them, but I have done it to keep the channel going and just have some fun. I've had fun doing it, but I prefer to do the videos with them. Again, Dakota has a fight. Dakota the Dreamsmith, will be back in the ring March the 30th. And so if anybody's interested in doing any sponsorships, getting t-shirts or tickets, get with Dakota or Joey. You can reach them through social media, Facebook. Reach out to them. Let me know if you can't get in touch with them and there's anything, if you're interested in any sponsorship opportunities to help Dakota out, or interested in getting tickets, t-shirts, anything like that, and you cannot reach out to them, you can let me know and I will get them to get in touch with y'all. Again, thank y'all for the support. Thank you for the love and prayers. We do appreciate them. If you have any questions, send them in to me. I enjoy getting the questions. I have a ton of questions already, but keep sending in. I have a ton already written down and ready for Nanny and Papa. I just felt like instead of a quick answer for me, the ones that go into some good stories, let's save them for Nanny and Papa. So if you've sent in a question that hasn't been answered, it's being saved for them. If you have any more questions for me, just reach out. Remember, you can email. You can reach out to me through Facebook Messenger or on the Facebook page. But I'm going to go for now. I hope y'all enjoyed these questions, and we will have more. I'll have another video coming up on next Sunday. And until then, you guys take care, and let me know if you have any questions. And I will talk to y'all soon. See y'all soon. I love y'all. Elvis fans matter. Tell them. Woke her up from her slumber, huh? Y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye.